It's just different.
And welcome back to B.A.R Fitness TV. I'm your host, Dwayne. This is B.A.R Fitness, podcast created, dedicated to my fitness journey. And part of that fitness journey involves this awesome program called E2M. And this awesome program called E2M has connected me with a lot of really cool folks. And this is probably one of the coolest that I pulled up on, man. I pulled up on this guy, and he was getting a haircut like Puff Daddy. Oh man, I have on none other than my brother Lamont. Man, how you doing?
All is well, man. How you doing this way, Dwayne? Everything well with you, man?
Hey, bro, I'm doing awesome. Appreciate you taking time out of your really busy schedule, and I'm sure we're going to talk about that once we get going, man. Because you're a man on the move, man. So I always like to start the same way, man. Just kind of talk about your fitness journey before E2M. Like, talk about that before E2M and then discovering E2M.
Yeah, man. So I've been really transparent through the network with E2M, those who follow E2M and that are a part of the program. My fitness journey, I was a paid scholarship athlete in college, played football and was on scholarship and did all that. After graduating, getting married, we had been married 22 years, 4 children. I have been the consummate roller coaster. I am one that's been a gym rat now, probably for the 20 plus years. I can go into a gym, work out, do several different meal plans. I was a keto junkie, and I would lose 20, 30 pounds, but I would roller coaster right back on. And when I regained the weight, it was worse than it was the time before. So there was never a true period of sustainability for me. I would lose enough, but then I wouldn't, keep it off. And E2M, how I discovered it is my wife, she's in her 6th round right now, and she shared over and over and over again about E2M. And I would just always say, well, hey, keto works for me. Keto works for me. I go to the gym, I work out, I do all this already. I don't, need all this other stuff. And then she said, well, why don't you just try it one time and just see how it does? And, so in March of this year, I did my 1st round, and I was just amazed at the consistency and the accountability, the positive space that E2M provided, not only for myself, but for others. And man, I've been able to maintain, losing and meal plans and all that stuff. And the cool thing about E2M with the meal plan is that that Jeff and the team have worked in the celebration meal to make it, accessible for folks, not to just completely, unlike keto, just say, you can never really do this if you want to maintain it this way. They said, listen, everybody deserves a chance to celebrate. And I've been grateful for that. So yeah, E2M has been great. And of course, because there's so many people in it, not only have I connected with people that I already knew personally, but developed other good accountability, personal friendships, and that's just the power of E2M. So
yeah, amazing. And I'm glad you mentioned keto, man, because I get that question a lot from people from the outside looking in. And see, I never tried keto, so yeah. I want to kind of do a couple follow-up questions on that, like comparing the two things. And you kind of mentioned it, the celebration meals and things like that. Because from the outside looking in, a keto, it's like, you have to pretty much run it perfectly. And if you fall off, like you fall like all the way off. Is that an accurate picture of keto?
Yeah, no, you definitely have to. Portion sizes and, and your healthy fats and all that stuff with keto, you have to measure it perfectly. And that's the thing, with keto, you can eat some of the things that we strongly discourage from E2M as far as the dairy and the cheeses and all that stuff, because that's a fat that they want you to eat with keto. But the problem was for me, and I see the problem is for people who don't measure it accurately, is that they eat too much of it, and really it's like you're playing tug of war, because you're not really losing the weight, you're not really losing it, you're not keeping it off, but it's just continuing to build up. And yeah, you may not have some of the bad stuff that you have, but what happens is that you'll eat too much of what you're eating with keto, and that'll affect you a different way. For instance, with me, some of the smoked stuff like briskets and other stuff like that, I would prep that stuff, and I would eat too much of it, and it was causing cholesterol and other issues with that. So again, with E2M, you have this opportunity to still take on stuff like this, some more of the lean stuff like that, but you know your portion sizes and you stick to those so that you won't, affect your body differently from how it was already, set up. So it's been great.
Oh, that's awesome, man. That I think what I really love about E2M is they've already done all the hard work. They've done the portion sizes, they've done the micro, like people ask about micros and all of this stuff, and they've already done the hard work, and all we have to do is follow the plan, man. So Absolutely. Talk about so you kind of like me, you had the discipline, you just needed the right kind of program, man. Talk about that week one. I always call it the detox week. How did you adjust, and what was kind of going through your mind, when it come to that?
For me, really, at the very beginning, the biggest thing for me was I did not take the circuits as seriously as I thought that I should have taken them. I got in and I was like, they just doing a couple of circuits, they doing all this stuff. I said, I can do that, no problem at all. And honestly, dude, Whitney and Mandy, I was like, I told my wife, and no offense to anyone else, I was like, those little white women killing me. I said, they kicking my butt. I said, here I am, I'm an athlete, all this stuff. And I was like, man, they are kicking my behind. I did not realize how intense they were. And then, they get the little jabs in. Don't you dare stop. Oh, you're stopping? Won't you stop? And I'm like, oh, okay, ain't gonna stop, so. And then I'm going to stop for a little bit because I'm not as in, the shape as I thought I was in, so that was the biggest thing for me, the eating and all that stuff like that. My wife, once I put my mind to something that I'm going to do that, I'm zeroed out in, listen, break the huddle, let's go. It's time to get it on, line it up, spot the ball, kick it off, let's play the game. Right. But the actual intense, nature of the workouts, I did not realize that. And again, I could really tell. So, okay, so I'm not as fit as I thought I was because I'm just throwing up weight, pushing weights, and all that stuff in the gym. Might get about 20 minutes of cardio because for me, it was more 70-30. 70 lifting weights, 30% cardio. Yep. And I told the guy, there was a guy that I used to work out with, faithfully for years. I told him, I said, man, listen, we good. I see you, but I can't work out with you anymore because all you want to do is lift weights. I said, I got to do more cardio because I'm trying to lean down, and this new program that I'm doing is caused me to do that. So so that was the biggest shock to me, is that I'm not as fit as I thought I was. And these women, they know what they're talking about.
Yeah, that's a common response, man. A buddy of mine, that very first class with Whit, he's like, well, Whit, boy, try to kill you. He pretty much said the same thing, man. And it's funny because I remember being in a place where, I was lifting heavy, and mine was probably 80-20 as far as cardio goes. And I was lifting heavy, but when I went to the doctor, like my cholesterol was high, my blood pressure was going up, and I'm bragging like, I lift every day. It's like, you need circuit, and I didn't even pay no attention to him, man. And as soon as I found E2M, all that stuff changed, the eating changed, circuit changed. So super cool, man. Super cool. So, hey, you got a couple shout outs on the live. Mr. Alpheus Anderson said, Lamont with the flex emoji. Yeah. And then Mr. Cliff said, my boy Lamont is in the building. So that's what's up, man. But
both good guys.
Oh yeah. Good folks, man. I can't wait to hang out with them this weekend where you will not be. And I'm still sad about that.
Yeah, man. I wish, to all the listeners and the viewers, I wish I could be in there, work calls. I'm headed to Anaheim, California for a convention, so I wish I could be there, but we're definitely pushing as many people as we can to get over and to work out with you guys. at Wade Hampton High School. They probably, you know, I graduated high school in 1994. Wade, they probably still don't want me to enter that football stadium up there at Wade Hampton because, man, I did some damage over there, you know, on a fall night back in 1994. That was a 200+ yard, 3 touchdown performance, you know. So they probably still got people looking for me.
I love it, man. Good stuff, man. So before we close out, man, I always like to give my guests an opportunity to speak to a person that might be listening or watching on the fence about joining this program. I mean, you witnessed firsthand, your wife joined it for months on end before you actually got in. What would be your words of encouragement for someone?
I would just tell someone that is on the fence about thinking joining B2M, if you know, I'm a tri-vocational guy, so I'm also an ordained, you know, minister, you know, been CEO of nonprofit. There's several different, and just as we, you know, and a called invitation in a church service, you know, as we're telling folks, you know, if you make one step, God will make two. And in this situation, in this program, if you're already thinking that you need to get in shape, that you need to get your life, your health together, if you've already had that hard conversation with your physician or your significant other, whoever the case may be, you already know that you have to do something. And you taking the step to do E2M, this will be a journey where, yes, you'll have to do the work, you know, the physical work and the physical labor, you'll have to do that. But the support system that you'll gain through E2M is unlike any other support system that you have ever had in your life as it relates to your fitness journey. Now, this is just strictly speaking to your fitness journey, because this network of 20-some thousand people now will support you. They will encourage you. You will be amazed at the network of people who are just in your backyard that are already involved in the program, that you can link up with, that you can work out with, that will hold you accountable. And then the small, you know, micro groups and ad hoc groups that form outside of the larger network, where you'll become a part of a team and they'll keep you encouraged. That's the beauty of E2M. And that's the reason why I would encourage you to get involved. And the thing is, the folks who Jeff and his whole team, they've examined this program so meticulously that now, I mean, they've wiped out really any excuse that you could think of having, because they let you know that from the beginning, you don't have to worry about someone else's journey, because everybody's got their own journey. Women have a different journey than men. Some men have a different journey than other men. Some women have a different journey than other women. You trust the process, and as you trust your own process and you do the work and you stay committed, then you'll see the results. And the results may not always be the significant weight loss that you're looking for in the beginning, but man, you'll start seeing those clothes fit differently. You'll start getting those comments. You'll start looking at yourself a little bit different. Your mindset will change. And before you know it, you'll be right where you want to be, man. I mean, I remember we had one of my high school coaches. He used to always say, guys, in anything, it's mind over matter. If you don't mind, it doesn't matter. And that's the thing with this. It's mind over matter with E2M. If you've already made up your mind that you have to get your life together health-wise, it shouldn't matter what it would take for you to be able to get there. Yes, it's going to be hard. Yes, you're going to have to put in the work, but you can do it. I'm a witness. You can do it, and man, you can get where you want to be. I'm looking forward to my physical in June 22nd after our 21-day challenge. Looking for my physical. I'm looking forward to some great results. And again, if you're out there and you're thinking about this, just get started. I mean, 3 weeks to the next sign up, get started, and watch and see what happens.
That's right. I love it. Yeah. You definitely got to drop that NSV once you get that physical. Let us know them awesome numbers, man. For sure. We'll be there to cheer you on, brother. But listen, thank you again for coming on the show. Super awesome meeting you virtually. Hopefully one day we'll get to meet face to face. Definitely enjoy rooting you on in this whole process, man. So I want to thank you for that. To the Bar Fit podcast and TV listeners and watchers, want to thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure you guys subscribe to the podcast. Make sure you subscribe to the podcast and the YouTube channel. And I close the show the same way. We got to remember 1 Timothy 4:8. Paul says, hey, it's cool to take care of the body, but you also got to take care of your spiritual body. So until next time, you guys, God bless, and we are out.
Yes, sir.
It's just different.